Hey gamers! If you're looking for best co-op action roguelike games to play with your friends, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I will show you the best co-op action roguelike games that you should play in this 2025. Please note some of these games are in early access, but all I know these games is a good game. But before we go into the list, I want to show you the best co-op action roguelike that really special. Do you remember that time when I recommend to play the demo this fantastic game? Yeah, the game is called 13Z. It's a fast-paced hack-and-slash-action roguelike where you play as animal spirits fighting to be the 13th Eastern Zodiac Guardian. You can master diverse characters like the fox with swordplay, raven with ranged attacks, panda the martial arts, and the cat with ninjutsu style. You can also team up with 2 until 4 of your friends for co-op play to take on the ever-changing challenges as a squad. And trust me, the combat is pretty wild. You can also unlock powerful modifiers, scrolls, upgrades, and new playable characters, which means there's a lot of replayability in this game. Now the graphics have been improved. Seriously, it looks even more stunning now. And not only that, the roguelike system are better than ever. For you who like action roguelike games, this is a must-try. The playtest is now live on Steam, where you can try out Fox and Raven in both single-player and co-op modes. And in my opinion, this playtest is already enough decent quality of content to play. And since fast-paced hack-and-slash roguelike action games are pretty rare out there, this game feels super fresh and a must-try. 13Z is set to launch later this year in early access. So what are you waiting for? Join us in the global test by clicking my link in the description below and experience fast-paced hack-and-slash roguelike that will blow your mind. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Warden's Will is an exciting multiplayer roguelite shooter that draws heavy inspiration from Risk of Rain 2. In this game, players experience a movement shooter roguelite where the main gameplay loop involves spawning into a stage, defeating enemies for money, and scavenging as difficulty ramps up. The game features a unique augment system, allowing players to choose from various buffs and special effects that impact their abilities. Teaming up with friends, players navigate challenges and face off against tough bosses, fostering a cooperative gameplay environment. Atomic Picnic is gearing up to be a super cool 3D roguelike, and I'm sure it will become a favorite on the Steam Deck. Characters have abilities that can be stacked up to 2 times, allowing you to dash in certain directions or make a second jump with tools like grappling hooks. The large map makes the experience feel more vertical and exciting. As you play, you'll unlock discoveries that give you more characters, stages, and mementos. These mementos are permanent stat boosts that can be purchased with in-game currency, so the progression feels satisfying. Shape of Dreams blew me away because I had never heard of it before. It's a cooperative roguelike with MOBA-style controls, which usually makes me skeptical. But what impressed me was how it gave me the freedom to explore and create. In this game, each ability, called Traveler's Memories, can be filled with 3 essences that modify it. This can make you attack faster, or even shoot arrows that seek out enemies. It is similar to the boon system in Hades, but you have full control over the modifiers. What's even cooler is that you can rearrange your abilities and essences at any time. This is what roguelikes are all about, finding the combinations that make you a god in the game.
Another one for the tally.
Orcs Must Die and the tower defense genre are similar to factory games like Satisfactory and Factorio, where those focus on turning resources into spaceship parts. Orcs Must Die focuses on smashing cartoon monsters into cartoon monster mush. Here they turn the familiar tower defense gameplay into a roguelike gauntlet. Instead of linear levels, you'll face a series of random stages with various modifiers that make you and the orcs stronger, culminating in a boss battle. Playing with up to 4 friends adds to the fun, although it can get grindy and repetitive over time. Combining hack-and-slash and roguelike elements, Tears of Metal is ready to give you the intensity of Dynasty Warrior-style battles. With permadeath, limited character upgrades, and an ever-growing army, this game promises to be an exciting combat experience. Developers Paper Cult are known for their hardcore games, and after seeing the latest gameplay footage, it's clear that their journey from Bloodroots to Tears of Metal has been a smooth one. The music in this game will also make you feel like you're on the battlefield and want to slaughter everything. It's like playing a Devil May Cry game. AK-Xolotl is a top-down shooter game that combines roguelike elements with a humorous premise. This game offers many unique weapons and axolotls to play with. One of the main attractions is the variety of weapons you can use. From AKs that provide unlimited ammo to katanas and automatic pistols, each weapon has its advantages and disadvantages. Also, after defeating an enemy, you can choose from 3 power-ups that can help you on your journey. Aside from the dungeon crawling elements, taking care of the baby axolotls you find on the map is also a fun activity. After rescuing them, you can care for and feed them so that they grow into adult axolotls that you can play with. Windblown takes the formula from Dead Cells and takes it to a new level of speed and excitement. Because Motion Twin, best known for Dead Cells, is back at it again with Windblown, which offers an exciting experience. You play as a leaper, in this case, an axolotl trying to protect its floating village, Ark, from enemy sentinels. There are some obvious differences, such as the isometric perspective, the new art style, and the pace of the game that you get used to right away. The weapon system and new mechanics, such as weapon synergies and finishing attacks, add depth to the game. Progression is also done using cogs taken from fallen enemies. And, of course, there's Motion Twin's trademark dry humor. Mutant Ninja Turtles' Splintered Fate may not reach the same heights as Hades, but it still delivers a satisfying roguelite experience with a cool interpretation of TMNT. Splintered Fate features an original world inspired by IDW Comics, where the Turtles must rescue Splinter, who has been kidnapped by a mysterious enemy. Here you'll experience the familiar roguelite cycle, with recurring challenges, permanent upgrades, and a story that unfolds as you play. Combat in Splintered Fate is fast-paced and satisfying. Each Turtles has simple moves that can feel repetitive over time, but are still fun in my opinion. Wild Woods is a roguelike game in which you take on the role of a warrior cat whose job it is to protect your wagon as it travels through a dangerous forest. During the day, you will be searching for resources, and at night, you will have to defend your wagon from enemy attacks. You will armed with a sword. Your cat must navigate the path without straying too far from the chariot. This game can be played alone, but it's much more fun with 2 or more people. It's easy to learn and even comes in Brazilian Portuguese, making upgrades and other features easier to understand. Gatekeeper is a roguelike game with no complicated plot or headache-inducing systems. It's just fun and simple. There are 7 gatekeepers in the game, but 5 of them are locked. You can unlock them through challenges and milestones, which gives you a sense of purpose as you explore the planet. The artifacts you get are similar to the boons in Hades, and the choice between 2 artifacts during gameplay makes decisions feel important. Compared to Hades 2, Gatekeeper is more like Risk of Rain in terms of mechanics and design. But if you like both games, you'll definitely like Gatekeeper. Crab Champions is an action roguelike with fast-paced gameplay in the vein of Risk of Rain 2, inviting you to shoot crabs, limpets, and giant fire-breathing ants. As absurd as it sounds, the gameplay is very solid. Each run is an action-packed experience, and after each round you get upgrades that make you stronger for the next battle. The controls are also a lot of fun. You can move fast, double jump, and dash very dynamically. It all makes you feel like you are in complete control of your crab. Each round is fast-paced, and after completing an objective you immediately get a chest to open and get back to the action. The sense of progress is palpable, especially as you start with limited powers and work your way up. If you're looking to buy games at the best prices, there's only one place to go, and that's at Instant Gaming. Seriously, Instant Gaming is my go-to spot for grabbing games at crazy discounts. Not only do they have some insane deals, but they're also doing giveaways. Here you're not going to find discounts like this anywhere else, trust me. Believe it or not, this is the perfect place to buy games with amazing deals. They've got games for all the major platforms like PC, PS5, Xbox, and also Nintendo Switch. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games with Instant Gaming by click the link in the description and save some cash with amazing discount in Instant Gaming. By using my link, you're not just saving money, but also support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Rotwood offers roguelike gameplay with 4-player co-op, although it currently only supports inviting friends without online matchmaking. The combat in this game is very legible, even in the most chaotic situations. There are currently 4 unique weapons, and each one is a fun experience to learn. While some weapons are more effective against certain bosses, you can switch between them as you play, although the range of abilities that open up as you explore areas feels a little limited. Rotwood currently has a good variety of basic mechanics, excellent combat, high-quality animations, cosmetic customization, and co-op functionality. Although it's still in early access, the game already looks promising. Sworn is a roguelike game that offers a roguelike action experience with a top-down perspective similar to Hades. In Sworn, you'll face off against legendary characters from Arthurian lore and fey gods like Titania and Oberon. Your task is to restore the glory of Camelot, which fell under the rule of the evil Arthur. The game can be played solo or co-op, with procedurally generated dungeons. Each run invites you to defeat enemies and complete tasks before moving on to the next area. Each character has different skills and weapons, providing plenty of playstyle options. With over 200 unique blessings, each run feels fresh and dynamic. Lost Castle 2 is the latest roguelite beat-em-up game from Hunter Studios. It's quite simple and has a fun loop. You can choose your starting weapon, either limiting it to 3 favorites or choosing randomly. Then, kill enemies and choose the path you want to take. Whether you complete the run or die, you still earn money. This money can be used to upgrade your camp and get new items, better character stats, and more. After that, just repeat. The combat in this game is very exciting. Each weapon has different special moves and charges, as well as variations that you can find. Even though it's still early access, this game is already interesting. Ember Knights is a game that combines roguelite beat-em-up elements and can be played solo or with friends. For those who don't know, Ember Knights is an action roguelite for up to 4 players. You play as one of the Ember Knights, a group of warriors that is the last line of defense against the evil sorcerer Praxis. Praxis seeks to corrupt the universe in an attempt to take full control and secure a dominance that he believes is owed to him. Each run takes you through 5 enemy-filled worlds on a randomly generated map. After completing each map, you'll face the world boss. If you succeed, you'll be escorted to the shop, where you can spend the coins you've collected on upgrading your stats or buying healing potions.
Well then, time to go.
Astral Ascent is a 2D action roguelike, most comparable to something like Dead Cells. That means you'll spend most of your time taking on enemies with a variety of attacks, spells, and most importantly a dash that grants you a decent chunk of invincibility that you can use to dodge attacks with ease. Each world of Astral Ascent is broken up into different sections, and at the end of each one you're given a choice of multiple others to take on next, all with different rewards. Not only that, the game offers a variety of special attacks, ways to level up, and challenges that make the gameplay even richer. And there are 4 different characters you can play as, each with unique spells and weapons.
My magic is yours. Enemy target acquired.
Roboquest is a roguelike shooter game that offers a fitting experience with smooth and challenging gameplay for both solo and co-op play. You can move, dodge, and shoot smoothly, creating an enjoyable gaming experience. Roboquest features different types of weapons, from bows and arrows to two-handed shotguns and powerful shotguns. There are also unique weapons, such as grenade launchers, which require precise throwing angles. Each weapon has an evolving stat, giving you a sense of progress as you play. When you discover a new weapon, you'll be shown its stats so you know exactly what you're trading in. Rabbit and Steel is known as a co-op action roguelike that captures the essence of high-level MMO raiding in a simpler package. Each class has a primary attack, a secondary attack, specials, and defensive skills. Each time you fail to complete a mechanic, you lose a health bar. The difficulty level affects the number of health bars you start with. The fun part of the game is choosing the best items and upgrades for your team. When playing with friends, loot is shared, so it's important to coordinate so that everyone gets the items they need. The meta progression in this game is different from other roguelikes. You don't get passives that make you stronger after each run, but instead you unlock new items that make the next run easier.
Oh, hello.
Returnal is a game that not only offers roguelike elements, but also combines elements of bullet hell, Metroidvania, and some horror moments. Here you'll discover why the planet is stuck in the same cycle, and learn the language of the lost species to gain further insight into the history of Atropos. Each time you die, you return to the wreckage of the plane with many items and progress lost, while the layout of the planet changes. It's the ideal setup for a roguelike, and Housemarque manages to pull it off very well. There are also online elements in Returnal, such as leaderboards for single-run challenges, where you can see where your friends and other players rank.
This wizard wields fire arcana. Easy to learn.
Wizard of Legend 2 offers fast-paced action, a stylish style, and a variety of powers to unleash on enemies. This sequel expands on the success of its predecessor by building a larger world with a more elegant style. While staying true to the popular roguelite elements, it brings innovation with a 4-player co-op experience, something rarely seen in the genre. At the heart of the game are arcana, magical powers you can choose from such as fire, water, earth, wind, lightning, and chaos. You can combine arcana and mix your abilities later on. This game is being made by the team known for Children of Morta, an isometric action game with an interesting story, so you know how good this game is going to be. Elden Ring Nightreign is the latest addition to the Souls series and is very different from its predecessors. With co-op roguelike elements, you'll work with 2 other characters to survive a 3-day expedition. During the expedition, you and your team must kill enemies and collect loot to gain more runes, skills, and equipment to survive. Leveling up in the Nightreign is similar to the regular Elden Ring, where you must find the Site of Grace to level up. However, the leveling progression here feels lighter. Elden Ring Nightreign is a fun experience, although it feels more arcade than the original Elden Ring. There are some elements that may not be for everyone, but playing with friends will definitely add to the fun. Hyper Light Breaker is an action roguelike game developed by Heart Machine, the studio known for Hyper Light Drifter. In this game, players explore a procedurally generated 3D open world, taking on the role of a character who fights enemies and collects loot. The game combines fast and responsive combat with deep exploration mechanics. Players will be able to play with up to 4 people in multiplayer mode, allowing them to work together to explore the world, fight enemies, and collect loot. In addition, character progression and upgrades are available between play sessions, making each experience feel fresh and exciting. Gunfire Reborn is a roguelike FPS game that manages to create an exciting shooting experience with a variety of characters and weapons. In Gunfire Reborn, you can choose from 6 heroes and jump right into the adventure. The game is divided into levels of increasing difficulty, complete with bosses ready to crush your dreams. With over 40 weapons and 100 scrolls to unlock, there's something new to discover every time you play. Even though it's been a few years since its release, the game still offers exciting gameplay and a variety of interesting builds. Risk of Rain 2 is an action roguelike game that combines platforming elements with shooting mechanics. So far, this roguelike is a good game, especially when played with friends. The sheer number of items and the fact that they can be accumulated allows you to reach an incredible level of power, where you're basically an immortal killing machine. You will die often, very often, but that's the point. The only thing I would criticize is the variety of certain enemies depending on the level, and the fact that once you beat them, all you have to do is loop to unlock some characters. A creative, different, great soundtrack, and some very entertaining survivors to play. Being so strong and replaying with friends has created some of my favorite gaming memories. Ravenswatch tells the story of the world of Reverie, which has been infected by Lovecraftian monsters called nightmares. Heroes from various legends and fairy tales are called upon to protect this world from destruction. Gameplay in Ravenswatch focuses on defeating enemies and upgrading heroes. Each character offers great replayability. There are 9 playable heroes, each with over 10 talents to unlock. There are also over 50 magical items to find in each run. This variety makes Ravenswatch extremely replayable. Ravenswatch may not have as strong a story as Hades, but its focus on combat and exciting gameplay make it one of the best roguelikes in my opinion. That's it for today. What do you think about this list? I know there are some amazing co-op action roguelike game out there that I haven't mentioned yet, so feel free to share your best co-op action roguelike games in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss another amazing list. And as always, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.